Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Serious Strategy Gamer and we're returning to Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich mod. Let's play of India. So let's resume time over here. We've beaten the communist forces towards the east, and the only thing that's standing in our way of unification is the Dominion of India in the north. We are currently not really engaging them, but I think it would make sense to start the war preparations over here. We've got a couple of reserve forces, garrison forces now that we do have 3 dockyards that do guard our ports, so I'm starting to feel a little bit more comfortable in potentially engaging. What are you doing? Oh, you are guarding this victory point. I would actually only like to guard you victory points that are on the coast. Oh well, too bad. I think we'll be fine. Good. We are lacking some resources, some steel. I think we can buy a little bit more if it's so much steel that we are lacking. Age of Reason is increasing over here. Could found the Naval Academy, which wouldn't be literally the worst, I suppose. But I think we really need to start to address the traitors in the north to get to the unification of India. While we're doing that, we can take a look at the various civil wars that are brewing around the world. Soviet Russia is trying to attack the Russian state, doing fairly well, I think. Oop, there we go. And let's go for this over here. Meanwhile, in the US, the American Union state is doing fairly well for itself. I guess we could build a ship designer, destroyer and submarines, or destroyer and submarines. Well, that's a choice right there for you. Do we want to go for submarines then? I think it sort of might make some sense to go for submarines and massive amount of naval bombers. Chief of an Air Force would not be a terrible idea either. Export focus. How much are we right now producing, I wonder? So we're straight. Trade. There we go. We are extracting 90 steel and we are exporting 45. Or at least we are putting up 45 for export, of which we are not, of course, producing that much. We are selling a lot of rubber though. I'm not sure we necessarily want to reduce that. So you know what? I think it's fine. We don't really need to reduce our export focus. Volunteer army, I think we could go for limited conscription here. Get a couple of more people in our manpower pool would be nice. 750,000 is not bad at all. But again, a little bit more, a little bit better. Resistance in West Bengal, so let's make sure that we are repairing whatever they destroyed. Nicely. Ever so nicely for us. Okay, we are building some stuff up in Madras, our little puppet down there. Can we at all get them to come back? Our finest hour, British politician and former Lord of the Admiralty, has published a fictional book calling an alternate history where the UK won, which is kind of funny. Right. Okay, and how the war's going? It's sort of stable. At least the Russians did conclude a peace over there. Germany is at peace. But I'm really wondering how the American Union state is doing. And it seems like I think these front lines haven't really moved that far in the last couple of days or weeks even. Turkmenistan, yeah, Russia is done for. And there is still a lingering question of how we want our political structure to be. Do we want it to be sort of hanging in the balance between a paternalistic imperial approach or a more democratic one? And to be honest, I'm leaning for a little bit more towards the paternalistic one, because look at that, with all of this communism going on around the world, with the history of oppression that India has, wouldn't it make sense to go for a slightly more aggressive approach in that regard? Are we training up everyone? Yeah, we are training up pretty much most of you. You'll be done for, and then that will be replaced, and that's okay. How are our armor divisions actually looking? Yeah, a lot of light tanks and infantry. That's a stupid division. Can we actually go for blank template? Because I would like to know, can we do mountaineers? I think we can, but it would cost us a lot just to get this done. Yeah, much more than we actually have. Well, that's a pity. How do you look in terms of artillery? Pretty well, actually. So we might want to train up a couple of... We could also get more of these guys. And I think we could actually get you towards being 420 combat with at least. So yeah, let's do that. Can modify the government again. Do have more people now. Ship designer. Don't even have a tank designer, which is kind of funny. Chief of the Air Force. Close air support. I think we would need to do something for our fighters. Power draw, air superiority basically. Or naval targeting. Let's go ahead for air superiority. I think that's fine. We might have to think about our events again, because we are getting enough political power that might make sense. And I would like, not so much our party popularity, but at least stability would be good. No longer having reunion fever, but we are going to get that again fairly soon. What are our northern neighbors doing? They are fortifying the border with us. Or technically the border with the previous communists to the east, but that does mean all of this area. Doesn't make that much of a difference. 3 civilian factories. Okay, so everything has been fixed. And we can build a couple of things. Okay, let's build more naval dockyards, I think is a good idea. And then always more military factories is a-okay. Good. Right, that's lovely. So we are going to fortify that. Stand still. Stand still. They do have Washington. But I think they are advancing on Pittsburgh though. How are you looking? You are at 172 divisions yet. Hard to say. Really hard to say what's going on there. We'll also really have to see what will be going on with Germany and the communist neighbors. I think Germany is going for... Oop. There we go. It does take a moment to process. Germans are going for restore the Bundesrat. So yeah, they are pushing for democracy actually, which I find quite interesting. They can go for final reforms then. Potentially down the Europarat, so sort of for EU approach actually down here. Which is fairly interesting. So they might actually turn more democratic. Is that a sign for us to be more democratic as well? I don't know. But you know what? Let's actually invade the Dominion. Shall we do that? There's no one here. This might be a huge mistake because they are still allied towards Canada, New Zealand, the French Republic actually, so I really don't know. And there's no general world war yet that could distract them. Although they are fighting a war against Australia. Australia being syndicalist. That is communist. Okay, right, so we are going to do it. There we go. You're getting more forces there, which I find fantastic. We are building all of this stuff up. People are declaring war in our north. What are you doing now? You just did build up submarine focus. That doesn't matter too much. I would have loved you to take some of the economic approaches so that you build more factories for me. But apparently you're not doing that, so that's alright. Maintenance company 2. We are nearing 1940, so we could think about more infantry equipment here. That's alright, that's alright. We could do with the army artillery upgrade. Could go for fighters. Fighters wouldn't be the worst. Research speed plus 8%. That'd be great. So I'm wondering, shall we go cruisers or shall we go submarines? Wet heated torpedo. Okay, so we do need that before we can even research this. Pre-Weltkrieg torpedo tubes. Compressed oxygen. You know what? I think we need to go the submarine way. And we can research that already. Already because it's a 1916 technology and we don't even have that. So maybe that's phrased a little bit wrong there. Or just more research speed. More research speed is so important. Artillery upgrade. If we are at war soon. Okay, you know what? Let's go for the torpedoes. I think that's going to be alright. And 35 days till we... Oh no, not even. 27 days. Just a month basically. So September 1939 is when this war is going to start off. The good thing is they have so little forces here because they are busy elsewhere. Most importantly, Australia. Right. So we're doing this, and I think it does make sense to maybe think about aircraft. We're not going to use armor. We could go for the improved artillery. We can also think about anti-air stuff. So that we have something to fight against them. Basically have zero naval experience. Nor do we have air doctrine. Could think about building radar installations. That's not a stupid idea, maybe. We do have our civilian factories are sort of not doing anything at this moment. And before we go ahead and just jump a couple of things, I think that's going to be okay. Grand Assault. Afterwards we probably need to pause a little bit in terms of developing our ground forces attack, because we want to get a bit more army experience to deal with things. Can I really not get you to get any promotion? Infantry leader would be great. The Alsace Ultimatum. Interesting. After months of low-intensity skirmishes and diplomatic game playing on the German-French border between the two behemoths are poised at the edge of potentially the most brutal conflict mankind has known since the dark days of the Weltkrieg. In a shocking escalation, the Communist government in Paris openly demanded the return of the German-controlled Elsass-Lothringen, seized after the War of 1871, so this area here, by the victorious Reich. Flouting international norms, a single squadron of French planes flew into German airspace, dropping thousands of leaflets detailing their grievances, much to the chagrin of the General Reich staff. So, there might be another Weltkrieg after all. Yeah, there we go. Commune has declared war on Germany. That does not directly affect our plans to invade the Dominion of India, except that it does to some extent. Right. What can I do over here? Propaganda efforts? Yeah, we're not going to do that. And free civilian factories. No naval dockyards possible, I imagine? No. No military factories possible, I imagine? No. Civilian factory possible? No. So basically only infrastructure and coastal forts. So let's build this up to level 5. This here as well. That's going to be okay. And then we have some bases down there. Well, we're not going to defend really Ceylon, I think. So let's build the other ones here to level 3. Not here. Here, that's fine. Now, that's going to take a while. 3 dockyards. More convoys it is. The Second Weltkrieg. The Weltkrieg claimed lives of thousands, yada 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 yada. New guns, everything for the Germans and French. Bulgaria has joined the Reichspakt. Very small country now. Oh, there seems to be a little bit of an uprising here in Germany. Close to Strasbourg. Interesting. Grand Assault. Again, we can't really do any of that. I think it's taking too long. Artillery. 1940s technology. Engineering. No, that's all good. 1940s technology, I'm thinking. 8%. That's a really big boost. You know what? Let's do it. It's going to have a very intermediate or very long-term effect, but I think that's okay. And here we go. We are going to invade the Dominion. We have declared war on them. And we have to think about the new national focus. We could go for any of that, and it wouldn't be a bad choice. Specifically going down here for the land doctrine would be nice. On the other hand, naval doctrine, naval research speed, Research bonus for fleeting being. I would also like to get the fighter focus here so that we can do something in that regard. On the other hand, research speed plus 5%. Let's go for it. Research speed plus 5%, and the next one in that regard would actually be the electronics focus. And then the new research focus. Ah, so you know what? We're going to cancel this here and do something else instead, because we are going to get a bonus for that sooner rather than later. So that means, you know what? Let's grab infantry equipment. It's always useful. And you guys can all execute your attack plans. We've got the cavalry assigned towards racing to Karachi down here simply as fast as possible, so that we can do a little bit of a defense strategy over there. Canada has joined them, Dominion of India, but I think we will be steamrolling them. Nepal has joined as well. Let's go down here with the speed just a little bit. New Zealand, French Republic, yeah, still we are advancing. Ooh. Well, this is bad. I had not anticipated you being here. We're gonna still pin them down. It's gonna cost us on our cavalry. But all in all, we should be alright while we are invading them over here. Docking rights from the Australian Union. We are gonna accept that, even though they are dirty syndicalist. At this moment, they are our allies because they are fighting our enemy. I'm gonna call that good enough. Right, do need to attack them. Okay, we are being attacked over here, which is alright. Let's bring that up here. One of you guys, you maybe, should maybe advance into this mountainous area. Are you advancing? Come on, just advance. Whom? Kathmandu is prevailing. Ah, god damn it. Naval invasion already here. Okay, let's react to that. So I'm gonna pull off you guys here and ask you to be part of this defensive line. It's you, and you need to come over here as fast as possible, please. And you also need to come sort of towards here. Gonna defend over there. You're taking a ridiculous path anyway, so your job is going to be to come over here. 6 divisions. I think that should contain them, at least long enough so that we can continue to build up our forces. We're only recruiting a single division right now. Let's train a couple of cavalry divisions. How many have we got? 8. I think 4 more is fine then. What are you missing? Infantry equipment, as usual. Right, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, you're advancing. Nice. Let's get you towards it. Jaipur. What are you doing? Okay, you are throwing them back. That's okay. You can advance there. You guys can advance into here. Be supported by that angle. Be supporting this. And one of you who's going sort of in a stupid direction, you can counterattack there, and that's going to be alright. Good, everything okay up over there. You've arrived here, that's good. You're suffering a lot of attrition there, so that's fantastic. Can you go into these mountains? Try to preempt them. Doesn't matter that much if you're not getting there in time. We are going to be alright. Right, we are losing a little bit of we do have a little bit of insufficient resources. I think that's too drastic. Yeah, but we simply do need to continue the momentum and overrun them. Let's go to Lucknow. Oh, you here. You go up there. It's not going to cut them off completely. I think they will be able to resupply via Nepal, but it's going to be at least something of a help. Let's try to cut off Ahmedabad. Ah, I don't know. Right. Soviet-Russian war. Soviets are pushing out. Sort of a stalemate over here on this border. The Germans are suffering. Ooh, the Germans are suffering. Actually, that means we should potentially look for another trade partner. So yeah, let's not do this and instead ask... Who shall we ask? Convoys? Soviet Russia wouldn't take any convoys. Iberian faction. Do we have any of our neighbors? How about Siam? Kingdom of Siam. Do I see that anywhere? I do not. Probably I can't trade with it. French Republic. No, we are at war with them. Come on, the Kingdom of Siam must have so much in terms of steel. But I don't see it. I really don't. Maybe I'm blind. No, there they are. And they're sending most of their stuff away. Australian Empire. Tunguestan. Can we actually buy from you? We require 0. Okay, that's fine. Perfectly fine with not requiring any convoys. And apparently we can zoom in steel from Switzerland. And Mongolia. Empire of Japan would require stuff. But these Germans wouldn't. Okay, just a little bit of a deficit there. I'm going to decline the non-aggression pact because I don't think that's appropriate. They are syndicalists after all. Allied or not. Let's try to cut off these divisions. More Canadian divisions up there. And we are starting to see them crashing against us down here. Let's start to do more pressure against them there. And that looks okay. And you just please go back to Mumbai. You can go there. Good. Ooh. Some attacks over there. No other attack though. You're still doing fine over there. I think we can try to go to Karachi with these guys. Don't want any more enemies landing in our lands, basically. And we do need this port. Another bit of infrastructure damage here. Let's go ahead and do this. And yeah, we have lost a couple of convoys. That's alright. Not too many, I believe. Stable situation up here. You can probably go to this empty province now. You are still trying to get there. Hopefully you're gonna be there before this guy. Yeah, you are. Great. You are immediately coming under attack. So let's bring in reinforcements. You are taking there, that's fine. You have captured this Victory Point province. Let's try to go to Delhi. Is this going to be winnable? I do not know. We need 1,000 units here. And we do have quite a bit. That's nice. Suppose we can get a couple more factories like that. More military stuff and decisions available. So what is that? Ah, we can now develop things over here. Add technology, Valkyrie submarine. Yeah, let's do that. And that should give us, that should actually cancel this research here of 30 days, but that's fine. Need that much. Okay, let's ignore these things here for now. You can go to Jaipur. You guys here are advancing, but maybe I would like you to advance maybe this way then. At least try to cut them off. Oh, we have captured this area, so that's great to see. You can probably attack over there. Hopefully they are withdrawing this way. How do you look in terms of... So they have 100 or 200 divisions. That's an enormous amount of troops. You're fine where you are, don't try to overdo it. And you should actually be staying where you are as well, because we are definitively trapping these troops here. And that's alright, from my perspective. And you are attacking into there. I would think I'd actually like you to mop up a little bit over there. And that's okay. Right, you're going to go there. That's alright then. Let's try to advance. You're going to come into Delhi. That's perfect. Obviously very, very nice. So things are looking a little bit weird down here, but nothing too bad. No one is launching any invasion. Whoop. Map did weird things over here. It is a naval battle. They continue to sink our submarines. And in fact they have landed down here. How did they come here? They have military access from Goa. No, in fact they have... Ooh, god damn it. You. 8 troops? No, 8 is a little bit too much. Too many. Right, 6? Yeah, 6 is fine. You guys... Portugal is our enemy. Do try to capture this area. And you guys here, in terms of your garrison, we're going to include Goa. We're also going to include this area up here. And this up there. Do need 29. You know what? Let's focus on the harbours themselves. We should see that you guys are more or less out of supply. What are you doing? You're coming down here? Maybe I'd actually like you to attack there. Right, that's okay. We are pushing into there. And don't try to attack into the mountains, please, and thank you. You can go this way. You are capturing that area, so that's fantastic. I would like to get Nepal to surrender. I don't think we can though. Try to push them away. I don't think that's going to be very successful though. And you guys, you know what? Can you actually take the railroad? I think you do need to come down there quite quickly. Right, things up here seem to be fine. But where's our white army? Okay, our white army is way over there. Yeah, we need to shorten these front lines a little bit. Okay, you are coming up this way. You're hopefully going to come up there. You need to come up this way too. You know what, let's bring you into here and you're going to attack as well. So that we have a multiple way front. This is only 3 divisions, but you know, every little bit helps, I would say. So you can come up directly here. You are attacking into there as well. Yeah, and I think they are going to be beaten soon. Hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. Come on. Yeah, come on. 83. It's only 2 divisions. And there we go. Perfect. You guys all come up this way. You guys all come up this way. You're doing this. Can I actually convince you to actually attack Karachi instead? That would be great, you know. Jaipur doesn't look like we can take that. But I'm betting we can. Probably not, but we can at least try. Good. Forces are coming down here. And I don't think you actually want to attack them. Seems to be a little bit like they are very well dug in. But we can go into here. Japan announces her ambitions. Peace with honor. Response to the German interventions in China. So Japan seems to be piling up on Germany as well. Russia is collapsing. Germany holding on, I believe. I don't think Verdun has been a part of their provinces. They have land forts over here forcing each other. Lots of naval battles. I'm not sure whether this is German submarines. Absolutely no movement here in the United States. Even though it's late summer. That's sort of interesting. I think the Khanate over here is pushing a little bit into Russia. And I think they are pretty much collapsing, aren't they? 100 divisions still? Yeah, the Soviets, I mean, in terms of divisions, they look pretty similar. Russia has a couple more factories, actually. But I think the Soviets do enjoy the support of the other guys. This down here looks like a total mess. Union of South Africa is supporting the Germans. Australian Union is still standing strong. How do we look in terms of the war? We've lost 24,000, they lost 300,000, so that's nice to see, of course. And the Dominion of India has only a couple of units, but Canada, West Indies, French Republic, they all have a good number of forces. I'm not sure we can really fight them off. Going to be part of this, and also cavalry army. Cavalry army. Good, there we go. 4 divisions under development there, 1 there, that's okay. How do we look in terms of logistics? We do have absolutely no stockpile. That's gonna change in 2 days though, so that's fine. That's nice actually to see. Cavalry army, you are only infantry. You are only infantry 3. You are all infantry? Yes. So we don't have any infantry 2, do we? 1 division somewhere. Ah, I'm not gonna find it anyway. Or do I? So that's 24. What? Is that you? Yeah, it is you. Okay, let's change you up. Infantry 3. There we go. Get rid of one of these templates, and that is nice. Good. Garrison, you are gonna do alright. Infantry, you're gonna do alright. Might restrict, lift your restrictions. We have a lot of support equipment from the Allies now. I think their units do use a lot more of that. Right, that being said, I think it's another place to put in a cut. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Ooh, more losses there. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'm very excited to see whether we are going to be overwhelmed by the Allies or not. But that's going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again then. Bye bye.